Say it ain't so, dog. Say it ain't so. I just got back home from work and dog, and a couple of hours ago, I spotted this on my Twitter timeline, bro. This is crazy. If we haven't thought already that Highguard was on the deathbed, this shit basically confirms that they're about to put the body in the casket or the furnace, whatever the fuck they plan on doing, cause this is not good. It has just been discovered that Highguard's site is currently down or unavailable, inactive, whatever the fuck is going on, bro. This is not cool. It says the Highguard website is down. So socials haven't posted since February 12th. Player count is hovering around 1,000 to 2,000. Tons of staff laid off, which I already covered in my last video. I will always root for a comeback, but I don't think it's going to happen this time, and it's by some guy named Dustin. I'm not too sure who he is. This is probably just one of the first people I saw post this on my timeline. Man, oh man, this ain't good, y'all. This ain't looking good for Highguard, dude. And as you can see, people are just expressing their feelings on, you know, how they feel bad for the devs and the staff that were laid off, and just overall how the game was treated from its initial showing at the Games Award, and then when it finally came out. We all know the story. We all know the song and dance. Honestly, the writing was on the wall, how this game was going to go on in the, you know, long haul of it being out. It hasn't even been a full month, bro. It hasn't even been a full month, man. Just shit is crazy. People talking about truly heartbreaking for the devs. Hopefully the industry realizes that first impressions are the only metric that matters now. Once you lose momentum, you rarely get it back. It's a fun game. They should have just stuck it out instead of the knee-jerk reactions that it did. They should have launched the game in early access or at least an open beta to gauge interest and get feedback. Jeff Keighley is going to get blamed for hyping it up, which he's already been getting blamed for. And you know, it just goes on and on about, you know, how people feel about the game, whether they like it, whether they didn't like it, whether they're in the middle about it. Shit is crazy, man. It's this is crazy, dog. Like, their fucking site is down. I can only see bad things about their site going down after laying off most of their staff. There's no way this is some kind of like their website's being hacked or they're having issues with the site for whatever reason. There's no reason for it to go down for what just happened at the studio. Like this is lining up the domino effect of what is going to inevitably happen to the game, bro. And unfortunately, it's probably not gonna last as long as people would probably hope, as long as I would hope. Damn, bro. Just people are just going on. Think got the fucking African funeral meme, bro. What the fuck? Encore 2, just wow, shit, man. This is something I actually forgot to mention the other day. This was actually posted and going viral during Valentine's Day, and dog, somebody created this fucking graphic, which I find low-key hilarious, but I'm also kind of like, y'all just this just continues the agenda that y'all prey on these games downfall. Y'all don't want no game to succeed, bro. This agenda is fucking weird. Y'all are weirdos. But I still found this shit funny, bro. They're calling this shit the Concordian timeline, bro. Somebody put work into this shit. They got Concord right here, August 23rd, 2024. Highguard, January 26th, 2026. They're even predicting Marathon, even though Marathon is kind of getting a comeback. You know, people that played the game early, probably almost a year now ago, they gave a lot of feedback because a lot of people apparently did not like it, and then they released a couple of closed betas and it was like kind of mixed about it, and they're starting to change the narrative about this game. They released like 1 or 2 new trailers and it has like this whole story element to it. I'm actually kind of interested in it now because I actually didn't get into the closed betas, but again, y'all preying on games downfalls before y'all even touch it. If you didn't play the game or it just doesn't look to your liking, y'all fucking crazy, bro. But they got Marathon up here, March 5th, 2026. Launches probably yeah, like 2.5 weeks. Yeah, about 2 weeks, two weeks and a couple of days. And then they got Horizon Hunters Gathering coming 2026. This shit is funny. It's funny, but it's like, damn, bro, why is this shit going viral, man? This is the type of shit that makes people join the bandwagon and not want to see games get better, see games succeed. But like I said, I feel like Marathon is kind of going to change the narrative. They're kind of shifting people's perspective about that game. So we'll just see when the game officially releases. I think it's going to be at like $40 or something like that. So I will probably be giving it a try. And then Horizon Hunters Gathering. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've actually never played a Horizon game, even though I've owned the PS4, I own a PS5. I've never played Horizon Zero Dawn, and I've never played Horizon Forbidden West. I know they're good games, just slipped under my radar, just played other stuff, even though Horizon Zero Dawn was basically a PS4 launch title. I was just playing other stuff, kind of just slipped under my radar. I could have just played it any time I wanted to, but ended up just not playing the games. I just go with, you know, what people say about the game, the game's ratings. People love Horizon, and they're kind of shitting on the new, I think it's free to play. Not too sure, I gotta double check, but I think it is free to play. But it kind of has this Monster Hunter like element to it. Kind of plays and looks like Monster Hunter with a little bit of like rogue like stuff inside of it from the stuff that I've seen. Looks pretty interesting. You know, the character designs look kind of cool. A lot of people are shitting on the game because it's Monster Hunter clone, or they just don't like the art style. They like how Horizon looks. Horizon is a beautiful looking game, don't get me wrong. This is an artistic style. Not everything has to look photorealistic, not everything has to look realistic. And just because they're used to Horizon looking a certain way doesn't mean they can try, they can't try something new visually with a potentially free to play game, and it's gonna be a bunch of like people on screen. It's a multiplayer game, so it lessens the headway, at least like money wise, the kind of cost that it would take to make a game that's like this but with Horizon's visuals. That's going to take a lot of money, man, and it could probably cause potential performance issues since it'll be a multiplayer game. I think up to like 4 hunters. Yeah, the art style, I think it's kind of cool. As somebody that is an artist, I think it's pretty cool looking. But like I said, dog, somebody created this graphic, and apparently this is the Concordian timeline, man. I guess we're just going to have to see what happens with Marathon. I guess we're going to have to see what Horizon Hunters Gathering, and so on through 2026, through possibly 2027 if we get any more games that just don't look appealing to people, or they just think it's going to be a massive flop, they want it to fail. Just a lot of weird activities. But like I said, I did find this shit kind of funny. Highguard site being down, I haven't officially checked it myself. I don't know if it's currently back up. I haven't seen anything about it currently going back up, but this was just posted about 4-ish hours ago by the time I'm recording this, 4.5 hours. This shit is crazy, bro. Like, oh my god, the game is officially dead, man. It might as well be dead now. Let me know your thoughts on Highguard site being down. Let me know how you feel about this whole Concordian timeline that's being pushed, Highguard being dead, and Marathon is gonna follow suit, Horizon Hunters Gathering possibly joining that timeline. It's just weird activities going on, man. Ever since Concord 2 years ago, y'all just been on this weird ass agenda to just hope games fail while y'all continue to play games that are 10 plus fucking years old. And unfortunately, I feel like it's not going to change. As long as there is people out there that are willing to just hit on games and making false narratives about certain numbers, or screenshotting the Steam DB, I keep saying DVD, but the Steam DB page at like 4 o'clock in the morning or some shit, and seeing how the numbers are low. This type of shit is just always going to get views. Negativity breeds popularity. Nobody wants to hear about nothing good anymore. Everything is negative. Everything is a fallacy on negative shit, man. I don't like it. And granted, we're just talking about games. It's not too serious, but it's just getting fucking crazy how people lose their jobs because of this shit, man. And I feel like Highguard also didn't really defend themselves when this false narrative was being pushed about them, when somebody faked that they played the game early, took a screenshot of their home Steam page saying, oh, this game is ass, and that shit got like 4 or 5 million views. And after that point, the narrative was already made that this game was going to be ass, and then they didn't say nothing for an entire month until the game launched, because it was initially supposed to be a stealth drop, but a stealth drop something that we already know about. So I feel like they probably should have shifted to marketing the game actually after it being shown, instead of being silent for a complete month, because the internet made their story for them and the internet ran with this shit, and it just fucked it up for them. So I feel like they also play a part in it as well. But it's definitely still y'all gaming, motherfucker. It's still the gaming community at the end of the day. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know down below how you feel about possibly and inevitably the end of Highguard just being completely wiped off the map, just not existing anymore, and if you're still playing the game or not. And until next time, I will catch you guys in another video. Peace.